Sir. Arbasam, sir.
Hello. Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Proceed, sir. Proceed.
Dr. Sasikumar, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Sir, please can you wait for a minute? Actually, I'm putting a YouTube live video.
Okay.
There's inconvenience. Just can you wait for 2 more minutes?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for your cooperation.
இருங்க.
Alan, are you ready? Alan?
Yes, sir. I'm ready, sir.
So you can start now.
Okay, sir. Hello, everyone. Good morning to everyone. Before I start, I would like to express my gratitude and pleasure for being a part of this 3-day virtual national workshop on research methodology and data analysis using MS Excel. Let me share my experience about yesterday's session. Dr. B. Muthupandian, Assistant Professor, Sikkim University, walked us through the entire session on Introduction to MS Excel. Sharing of knowledge is where one can learn more and more. We all really had a great learning experience in the means of both theoretical and practical approach. He gave us a clear-cut explanation on how to use MS Excel with all its basic operations. He also guided us to clear all our doubts during the session. On the whole day, this is a power-packed day and with a wonderful knowledge sharing experiences. I would like to call upon our respected HOD sir to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you so much for your wonderful review of past session. Very good morning, respected secretary. Alan, is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Respected secretary, respected principal, and respected director, and respected today resource person, and respected faculty members of our department, and respected faculty members from various institutes, and my dear participants, and my dear students. So I really happy. Now we are in the second day of national virtual workshop on research methodology and data analysis using MS Excel. I hope that you are understand more from past day, so and more useful to you. Today also the session will be more useful for you about the research and also statistics. So today resource person, respected Dr. R. Sasikumar, Assistant Professor, Department of Statistics, Mononame Sundarnar University. He is coming here only for our kind, and also he is going to deliver a wonderful speech on fundamentals of research and statistics. Are well known about this program, how we arranged in lot of struggle, and also we made many changes in the program schedule. Are simply accepted and support for us to inaugurate this program. And also he is a well-known person in statistics not only in academic and also when talk about a human being and a human interest, he is a person more concerned with social development. So that's why he is coming this program for imparting knowledge about statistics and research also. So dear participants, he is only for your attentiveness. We can utilize the today resource person for improving our knowledge on research methodology and also how we use statistical tools, various statistical tools based on the whatever we are using the methodology in our research. So he is the right person for today's session. So I hope that you can learn more from the today resource person. So in this way, I am very happy to welcome today resource person, Dr. R. Sasikumar sir, behalf of our college and the department. I really welcome you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And also I welcome dear participants from various places and also dear students and technical teams who are working behind this program. Once again, I welcome you all for this wonderful event. Thank you so much. Thank you. Sugirda, Sugirda, what about next? Sugirda,
Sir, I will start, sir. Thank you, sir, for your wonderful speech. I would now request our Assistant Professor Harishma Sri Madam to introduce the resource person of this session.
So, good morning, everyone. I'm going to introduce about our respective guest, Dr. R. Sasikumar. Dr. R. Sasikumar is presently working as an assistant professor in the Department of Statistics, Manomaniyam Sundaranayan University, Chennai, Tamil Nadu. He is the Chief Superintendent of Examinations for University Departments and Program Officer of Youth Red Cross of our university unit. Dr. R. Sasikumar has experience in teaching for the past 16 years and he is in research for 19 years. His research areas of interest are statistics process and its applications and statistical quality control. He has published more than 33 international journals, 12 national level journals, 8 conference proceedings. His academic qualifications are PhD, MPhil, and MSc in statistics and BSc in statistics from Manomaniyam Sundaranayan University. He has also completed his BSc in mathematics from Madurai Kamaraj University, and his PhD thesis title is Studies in Brown, Brownian motion and related topics. MPhil project title is Design and Evolution of TNT Sampling Schemes. A review of MSc project title is Control Charts with Variable Parameters. A For him, workshops and seminars and conferences aren't new, as he has conducted 17 and attended 80 of them, and he has been invited to 15 talks. Dr. Sasikumar is also the member of the respective member professional bodies such as ISPS, ISTE, and ISCA. Welcome, sir. We are very honored to be having as a guest. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. Shall I start?
You can start, sir. You can start, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, இப்பதான்.
Session, sir.
Sir, is it visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is receivable.
Okay, sir. Very good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to express my sincere thanks to the organizer, Dr. Karapasamy sir, then for management of college, your college. Today, I'm going to talk on fundamentals of research and fundamentals of statistics. First, I would like to say a few basics, fundamentals in research, then fundamentals in statistics, how the statistics will help you to do your research. So like that, I can plan to cover basics in research and basics in statistics, as well as how the statistics will help you to arrive your answer solutions, research findings. So, with this introduction, I can start my talk. And before going to what is meant by research and what are the different types of research, and what's the current scenario, research in current scenario. So we can go one by one. Before, what is meant by statistics? So simply we can call it as a statistic word statistics, and the statistical is derived from Latin word status. It is nothing but political state. Statistics is concerned with scientific methods for collecting the data, organizing the data, summarizing the data, presenting the data, and analyzing the interpretations. There are many ways we can define as statistics. Simply, we can collection of data, analysis of data, and interpretation of data. These three components are very, very important in the statistics is concerned. So, statistics, Carl Pearson told, statistics is the grammar of science. Statistics is the grammar of science by Carl Pearson. A coefficient of Carl Pearson, coefficient of correlation. You are all aware. That is, if you want to represent the relations between two variables called Pearson rho. So, if your experiment needs statistics, you out you must to have done a better experiment. Therefore, so first a few slides we can see what is meant by research, what are the different types of research. Then at present research, how the research scenario in not only in statistics, in business administrations, in any discipline, the research, how the research is going, like that we can see one by one. So research, basically before going to the slide, research, literally research. I mean, in a two way we can use research. Researching existing one. The first one is researching in existing one. And one more thing, researching in existing one. Based on the existing one, we can conceive new ideas, innovative ideas, new concepts. So researching existing one, researching new one. Based on the existing one, you can, if you read a paper, you can read a book Again, reading, thoroughly reading, you can get some new idea based on your material, books or reading materials, reading concepts. So this is another so research. There are two basically. There are two types. Then is research searching existing one, searching new one. So here the research word research comes from French word research, which means to search in depth and to investigate thoroughly. Search in depth and to investigate thoroughly. Whatever it is, in which topic is a specific topic. If you want to search any topic in terms of research, you can go for in depth and investigate thoroughly. Then only you can collect complete information about your specific topic. There is a research initiates a research methodology. Therefore, if you want to do research, they are having a research methodology on paper is must in your coursework. The term research seeks to gather and assimilate the information on a particular topic. To gather information and assimilate information on a particular topic. Alternatively, research is a systematic investigation. Systematic investigation. There are several formal methods, definitions are there. But here I am going to give my experience. What are my students in the research, especially in the statistics, how they are doing research, how they are collecting the data, how they are reading the papers, how they are collecting the review of literature papers. Like that, I can talk to you. So also we can define research is a scientific and a systematic search for relevant information on a specific topic. So what is the research? Can we can You can find many definitions, many meaning of research in the Google or as well as any other search engine. So research is defined as a if you find any definition, any meaning of notation of research that comes under these two topic, these two. Initially, I already told you researching existing one, researching new one. I mean, based on the existing one, we can conceive a new idea. That's if you find any definition, that definition should give these two basically. So research is defined as a creation of new knowledge, creation of new knowledge and or the use of existing knowledge in a new and in a new and creative way so as and a new and creative way so as to generate new concepts, methodologies and understanding. So creation of new knowledge or use of existing knowledge in a new and creative way. பாருங்க, see, listen, creation of new knowledge or the use of the existing knowledge in a new way or creative way so as to generate the new concepts, methodologies and understanding. This could include a synthesis and analysis of previous research to the some extent that it leads to new and creative outcomes. So also we can define research is defined as a careful consideration of study, careful consideration of study regarding a particular topic, particular specific topic, particular concern or problem using scientific methods. So according to the American sociologist Robert Beebe, he he is telling he told research is a systematic inquiry to describe, to explain, to predict, and to control the observed phenomena. It involves inductive and deductive methods. Inductive, deductive methods. So, as far as business or in any industries is concerned, research is conducted with a purpose, following purposes. The first one, identify the potential and new customers. This is your point of view. Why the business in any business or in any industry conducting research. Identify the potential and new customers, understanding existing customers, set pragmatic goals. I mean, existing goal. Develop productive market strategies. Develop productive market strategies are there. What are the productive market strategies? That has to be identified. Address the business challenges and put together a business expansion plan. And last one, identify new business opportunities. These are all. For these purposes, the research is conducted in that at the current scenario, any business or in any industries. So this is for your industries. In general, why the research is carried out, why we carried out the research. In general, research is carried out for two purposes. As one is the discovery of a new fact, and another thing is verification of the old ones. Discovery the new fact, I mean the same idea, the researching existing one, researching a new one. Two purpose, one is discovery of new facts and the another one is verification of the old ones. So in order to plan and carry out research, it is necessary to know what we mean by research in a general field. So research is an organized and systematic way of finding answers. Research is an organized one, systematic way of finding answers to your questions. So systematic, organized, finding answers, questions, this all explained here. Then next we would like to see, we can see the what are the slight difference between research method and research methodology. So research method, it gives the researcher to use to complete his research. What did the researcher use to complete his research? Here, how did the researcher complete his study? What did the researcher use to complete his study? Research is the research methods. Here, research methodology. How did the researcher complete his study? The research method aims at finding solutions to research problems. Finding solutions to the research problems. Here, in the research methodology, ensures the employment of the correct procedures to solve the problems. Here, finding the solutions. Here, correct procedures to solve the problems. So, like then we can go in objectives of research. The main aim of the research is to find out truth which is hidden and which has not been discovered as yet. Research design depends upon what to do study, why to study, where to study, and what type of data is required. The need is to follow the systematic step-by-step approach to solve the research problem. So studies with this subject in view of termed as explanatory formative research studies. Subject is known as descriptive research studies. So types of research. Whatever types are available, descriptive, analytical, applied and versus fundamental, qualitative versus quantitative, conceptual versus empirical. Even though these four different types, eight different types are available, we can concentrate as a statistics people, we always concentrate qualitative as well as quantitative. Also, your business administration, you people are having quantitative technique as a paper. You are having in your curriculum and quantitative technique or quantitative management. Like that, you can have you are having the statistics paper in quantitative research, quantitative techniques. So we are always concentrating qualitative data and quantitative data. Quantitative is nothing but in terms of numbers, qualitative is nothing but in terms of non-numerical or categorical, whatever it is, based on the characteristics. Okay. So these are all descriptive, applied, then fundamental research. What are the fact, descriptive? Why does this happen? It is called analytical and applied research, basic research. quantitative, qualitative are very, very important in my aspect, everyone aspect. Because data, if you are having data, you can go for quantitative. Your data in numerical, you can go for quantitative. If your data in a categorical, either yes or no, true or false, male or female, success or failure, defective or non-defective, like that your data representing, you can go for qualitative research. In the next one more PowerPoint, it gives a fundamentals in statistics. In that slide, we can see what are the basic statistical tools are available for making decisions, for giving one research approach. Here we are concentrating quantitative as well as qualitative also. So this is the process, research process. Define the research problems, then review of concepts, review concepts and theories, formulate the hypothesis, and design research including sampling design, collection of data, analysis of data, then interpretations. So in any research, they are following these type of research process. But in statistics, we are collection of data. For that collection, we are having several methods. Analysis of data, we are having several statistical tools and the interpretations. We can, based on your calculations, your theoretical part, your statistical tools, we can interpret as required. So formulating the research problems, then extensive literature survey, preparing a research design, and what are the important concepts relating to research design. Then there are 8 component research design, and these are all common for all researcher, all discipline. Then hypothesis testing is also important. Basic principles of experimental design. When we go for experimental design, these three are very, very basic principles of experimental design. Replication, number of times repeated, randomization, the equal chance of probability may be given. Local control, it is nothing but reducing the error in arranging the experimental units or blocks. These three are very, very basic principles of experimental design. Also, this finding the sample size is also discussed in, we will discuss in the next PowerPoint also. That is the different Cochrane formula. This is one type of formula. This is another type of formula. Then in the next PowerPoint, also given a Cochrane formula in a different way. That is a very simple way and also effective one. We can use always that formula for finding your sample size determination. So sampling design, sampling unit, source, sampling procedures, these are all sampling procedure, sampling errors. So these are important. Random sampling selection, sample after finding your sample size, which sampling method is going to be adapted, whether simple random sampling, systematic sampling, stratified sampling, and one more cluster sampling, quota sampling, sequential sampling. So simple random sampling, systematic, stratified, and cluster. These four are come classified under random sampling, and quota sampling, and some other quota sampling, purpose sampling, then snowball. These are all comes under non-random sampling. So even though we are aware, we are having this number of sampling method, simple random sampling is an effective one. Simple random sampling is an effective one. It is enough to select the sampling procedure. This is a graph, this is a chart sampling, probability sampling, non-probability sampling, I mean random sampling or non-random sampling. Under the probability sampling, simple random sampling, systematic, stratified, cluster. Non-probability sampling, quota sampling, purpose sampling, then and so on like that. We have different types of sampling. This is a collection of data, primary data, secondary data. Primary data, we can collect the primary data by observation, through personal interview, through telephone interview, by mailing the questionnaire, through schedules. Second data we can get from in internal source, open access source, published source, syndicated, I mean, wherever any record, we can collect the data from any authorized record. It is called secondary data. Same thing, types of data, qualitative, discrete, continuous. Here, qualitative, non-numerical, nominal, ordinal. These two are interval scale, rational scale. So basically, there are four types of data: is qualitative, nominal, ordinal. Qualitative also divided into nominal or ordinal. Nominal, categorical, ordinal. It is also a category. There are some order. Rational scale, interval scale. This comes under continuous scale. So these are all very basic for measurement. So nominal and what is meant by nominal? The system of assigning some number symbols for a label them. Room number, players label numbers, the nominal scale. Ordinal scale, the lowest level of order scale commonly used in the ordinal scale. Um, Ordinal scale places events in the order, but there is no attempt to make the interval scale equal in terms of some rule. Interval scale, ratio scale. So this is the procedure for analysis of data. And criteria of good research. What are the criteria are needed for good research? Before that, before that, what our students are doing in our research study, what our students are practicing, I would like to share my our students the methodology of research. Our research scholars or myself are doing what we are doing in the initial stage of research. First, we can identify the research area, whether stochastic process, whether statistical quality control or financial management or whether HR. Like that, we can first we can choose the topic, research area, which research area we are going to do research. So after that, selecting the research area, we can go through the review of literatures. Review of literatures. Still reading many papers again and again. N number of papers we can read in the specific topic, specific research area, particular research area. Then we can, after getting thorough information, thorough knowledge in the specific area, we can definitely we can get a new idea. I mean, the not for coining the research problems. So reading again, reading. Then we definitely we can find any one morning we can find a new concept, new idea or gap, research gap in any research papers. Then we can catch that. We can from that we can continue. We can develop that gap will be fulfilled by the end of the research. So like that, our students there is many we are never go for primary data and secondary data. I mean collection of primary data, survey method. These are all for we are giving a project for MSc students. When we go for research, PhD research scholars, we are concentrating on we are collecting the research papers from standard journals, publishers like elsewhere, then Springer, then Terran Francis, and Oxford publishers, then IEEE. Like that, we can even though we are collecting the paper from the initial stage, while the collecting the paper, we can collect the paper. You also collect the paper or review of literature from the standard publishers, standard journals. That gives right way to travel in your research. So like that we can coin a research problem. Then after that we can develop using the statistical model, statistical test, whatever the particular topic we are having the information, we are having the methods. We can apply that method. We can develop the concept. Then we can publish a good number of papers in a good number of publishers. Like that, our students doing research. I already told you, even though there are a lot of research methodology methods are available, we can always concentrate on quantitative and qualitative technique. Yeah, these are the criteria for good research. Then C.R. Kothari is a good book for research methodology, and this is one PowerPoint. And one more PowerPoint, it is discussing about fundamentals of statistics. Sir, can you, sir, is it visible, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So I can concentrate more here, sir, because of I'm a basically statistician. So again, once again, welcome you all to this this slide, this fundamentals of statistics. This is that's why your organizer requested to talk on fundamentals of research and fundamentals of statistics. So before going to start, first we can see statistics. This really, he is a scientist. He told there are three kinds of lies. There are three kinds of lies. What are the three kinds of lies? The first lies, damned lies, and statistics. Why he told like that? Statistics, it is in your hand. Whatever, whatever you want, how we can predict your data. Otherwise, what type of output you needed, you can predict, you can give. Because basically, if you go for data collection, if you collect the data properly, if you collect the data properly, suppose if you want to know the literacy rate of your village, suppose if you want to know the literacy rate, literacy level of your village, suppose if you want focus, if you want to give information about your village 100% literacy, so you can, if you go for literate people, literacy people, so literate people, you can if you collect the data from the literate people, you can, after collecting the data, analyzing and if you interpreting the data, then you can give, yeah, yes, our village having this much 98% of literacy rate. So statistics gives a way to collect the data, gives a way to analyze the data, gives the way for interpretation of data. It is in your hand. If you are collecting the data properly, if you are the data, if you are the analyzing the data properly, if you are interpreting the data properly, then only you can get, and only you can get a output, correct output. So that's why he told there are three types of kinds of lies, damned lies, and statistics. So if you are using the statistics properly, then it gives a 100% output exactly. So data is available. Data is everywhere. Even in your classroom, in this participant list itself, participant in this program itself, we can generate n number of data. How many number of participants participated? How many number of um, male and female, the age group, then comes from which place, and their parents and their brothers and sisters and their nationality and their income and their interest and their hobbies. Like that we can generate a data within this program itself. We can generate a data multi-dimensionality, multi-dimensional. So data is existed data is everywhere available. So for that data, what we can do with the data we are having in number of data in n dimensional, then having the data, what's the use? So using the statistical tools, so using the mathematical tool, using the computer tool, we can easily classify, tabulation, interpretation, everything will do it using the statistical tools. So data is essential, as important in your each and every one life. And statistical data. So already told you it's a primary data collected specifically for the analysis desired. Secondary data, a variable is on a variable. So collection of data relevant to the problem being studied is normally is most difficult. So primary data, second data, then variable and constant. As a fixed numerical value, variability as a several values, numerical values. So basically, and also we can define qualitative, quantitative. Why study statistics? Data are available everywhere. Statistical techniques are used to make many decisions that affect our lives. No matter what you career, you will make professional decisions that involve data. So an understanding of statistical methods will help you make these decisions effectively. So this is the statistics organizing, presenting, collecting the data, organizing the data, presenting the data. So among five component are collection, analyzing, interpretation as three are very important. Used to manipulate, summarize, investigate data so that the useful decision making information results by statistical analysis. Day-to-day life task. For example, if you go statistics and its methods help the people belonging to the fields of not only education and also business in carry out in their day-to-day life activities. For example, a teacher may utilize it for knowing individual differences of his students and guidance to the students, comparing the suitability of one method or technique with another, comparing the result of one system to of evaluation of another. Like that, we can go one by one. There are a lot of examples. So, the variables, quantitative, qualitative. So, quantitative killer, quantitative under quantitative ratio and interval have come. Under qualitative, ordinal and nominal. For example, ratio, pulse rate, interval, ordinal, social class, male or female, nominal, gender, ethnicity, ordinal, ordered. Type of statistics, descriptive, inferential. So basically, there are two different types of statistics. The first one is descriptive statistics, then another one inferential statistics. In descriptive statistics, methods of organizing, summarizing, and presenting data in any informative way. These are all methods of central tendency, methods of dispersions are very popular concept to aware or in aware these are aware by anyone. Measures of central the mean, median mode, and standard deviation. Mean, median mode comes under measures of central tendency, and the mean and range, total deviation, mean deviation, and standard deviation come from under the measures of dispersion. So measures of central tendency and measures of dispersion are two important area in descriptive statistics. So inferential statistics, the methods used to determine something about a population on the basis of sample. So if you have a n number of populations, then from that n number of populations, we can take some samples. Based on your sample, we can give a complete information about your population based on the sample informations. Population samples. If the population samples involved in statistics, it is called inferential statistics. These are all t-test, f-test, chi-square, one way and two way and these all statistical tools comes under inferential statistics. This is the population, and selection in population capital N, and the small n is a sample size. So population capital N, small sample size small n. Sample size population. From the populations, we can select the sample using simple random sampling. Sample size generalization formula. What it is? Sample size generalization formula. My God, this picture cannot display. Yeah, there's just a minute. Okay. It's a sample size reduction formula by Cochrane book. A good, a simple formula is that I can paste here. I pasted here. It is not visible here. Okay, anyhow, that is there in this formula. Alpha level of significance, then P proportionate of population ratio, population and samples, and population size. If you know the population size, we can you can find what is the sample size. If you know the population size only, we can find the sample size using that formula. Very simple. That I can here. Unfortunately, it is not a display. It's not display one. Okay, sampling technique. Already discussed the sampling technique, non-random sampling, random sampling, then convenient, just in judgmental quota sampling. So random sampling is an important. It is based on probability concept. Simple random sampling. In simple random sampling, we are giving equal importance of equal probability for all the selections. Systematic procedure n by n stratified. We can stratify the your population into several strata. Then we can apply the simple random sampling. Then we can select the samples, clusters, other sampling also. So this is the random versus non-random sampling. Random sampling is a comparison. And random sampling technique: simple, systematic, stratified, cluster. So descriptive methods: univariate, bivariate, multivariate. Univariate, the safe. I mean univariate. Under univariate, we can go for safe. We can study the safe of the distributions, normal, safe of the distributions of central tendency, center. Safe, it is nothing but by graph, by chart, we can give a safe for any data. Then center, if you want to find the center value, we can use measures of central tendency. Spread, measures of dispersion. Relative position, coefficient of variation. This is for univariate. Then bivariate, we are having a regular correlation coefficient, correlation analysis and regression analysis. Correlation is nothing but finding the relationship between two or more variable. The degree of relationship, how far the two variables are correlated, how far the two variables are related. We cannot predict any value. Just we can give degree of relationship, height and weight. If you have a height of 10 people and the weight of 10 people or x and y, the numerical value if you have, and how then we can give how two variables are correlated, how far the two variables are related. We can find the using correlation analysis. Then regression, it is used for prediction. Y equal to mx plus c, then is this a linear equation, y equal to mx plus c. Here y is a dependent variable, x is an independent variable. Then if we know the m and the c, we can find y. So similarly, if you know the values, I mean known independent values, we can find the dependent value based on the known independent values. Y equal to, suppose y equal to a1 x1 plus a2 x2 plus a3 x3 and so on, a n xn, we can find based on the values x1 x2 xn xn, we can find y. Here y is a dependent variable, so we can predict the dependent values based on the known values, known independent values. And multivariate, multiple regression, then inferential methods. We have a t-test, f-test, ANOVA, like that. We can go on. We can go, there are statistical tools for going. Before inferential, first we can see some measures of central tendency. Why? I mean descriptive statistics. Why the mathematic mean, median, mode are comes under measures of central tendency. Why these three are coming are under central tendency, measures of central tendency? Because mean, median, mode, these three basic mathematical statistical tools always giving the central value of the distribution. Central value of the distribution. Mean, collection of all the values divided by n, then it is called mean. It gives a central value. Median is a middle value. If you have n number of data, then arranging are either discrete or either descending or ascending. Descending order or ascending order. If you are arranging any either ascending order, descending order, then you can pick up, you can collect the middle value. Then it is called median. The most repeated value. Suppose if you want to know the mode, if you want to apply the mode, suppose if you give while you are giving the paper for first test in your classroom, then which measure is going to be applied. Suppose some of the students got 0, some of the students got 30 out of 30, then 20, then some students 5, 6, 7. So the distribution of the data is not uniformly distributed. So in this case, how far your data are distributed, whether uniformly, you can go for arithmetic mean. Whether it is non-uniform, you can go for mode. I mean median. If the repeated values, repeated measures, repeated frequencies, suppose there are usually we are asking questions, standard questions regularly. The big questions are 5 marks questions. Usually they are asking standard questions. So some 50% of the students are good, performed good. So there are among 30 students, 20 students are got more than within 15, 16, 17, 15 to 20. Some few students are got less than 10. Few students got more than 25 out of 30. So like that, we can if your data are like that, we can go for more. Okay, so this is the why these three are called measures of tendency. These three values measures always giving the central value of the distributions. And also I would like to say a few words about arithmetic mean and average. What's the difference between mean and average? Average. Suppose if you have a average x bar equal to 30, if your 30 is one of the data, then it is called mean. Suppose if you have a x bar equal to 35.5, it is not in your data set, but it gives it represents the central value of the distribution. It is called average. So suppose if you have a average value or mean value in your data set, is called mean. Otherwise, it is called average. Okay. Then this is the formula for some examples and median and mode examples. Mean versus median. Then when to use median, when to use mode. These are all already just now I will tell you. I told you. So measures of dispersal. So even though mean, median, mode, measures of sentence, there are three important measures. The average arithmetic mean is the best measure in among three. That keep in your mind. So you can use arithmetic mean because naturally in general the data are always uniformly distributed, are normally distributed. So in nature, if you look at the hills, if you look at the nature, you can find it. When you travel by bus or car, the journey in the travel journey, when if you go by car or bus, long trip, you can easily find out. If you look at the hills and mountains, they are all looks like normal distribution, normal curve. Naturally, that's why in statistical theory, this distribution is said to be normal distribution. Binomial, Poisson, then normal. Okay, so these three mean, median, mode. Among these three, arithmetic mean is the best measure. Whereas the measures of dispersion, we are having four measures: range, maximum minus minimum, quartile deviation, mean deviation, standard deviation. So among these four measures, standard deviation is the best measure. Why? Because standard deviation, in the standard deviation concept only, in this concept only, it involves all the data, all the variables. What's the formula for standard deviation? This is a formula for standard deviation. Oh, here I paste the as a image. So one is the standard deviation sigma equal to square root of sigma equal to square root of 1 by n summation xi minus x bar whole square. Here involving all the xi's and also x bar. That's why this is the best measure in the measures of dispersion. And also measures of dispersion. Why these four measures comes under the measures of dispersion? In this concept, how the data, the measures of dispersion is discussing about how far the data are distributed, how far the data are scattered, how far the data are interrelated. If you if you plot the data, your data in the graph, um, we can see graph itself whether it follows linearly, whether it follows non-linear, whether your data follows normally. We can see with your we can tell about while seeing your picture. So measures of dispersion, how far the data are distributed, how far the data are interrelated. So that's these four measures: range, quartile deviation, mean deviation, standard deviation. These four measures are giving the data, scatteredness of your data. That's why these four measures came under measures of dispersion. This is one example for a standard deviation and coefficient of variation. Coefficient of variation. It is nothing but the relative standard deviation. Simple standard deviation expressed as a percentage of the mean. Here also formula I pasted as a image. It is not displaying here.
Hello, sir.
Sir, madam.
Hello. Please teach us how to get the sampling size. The formula could not, but can you share the whiteboard and show us?
Uh, okay, but I will show you.
Mm.
Where it is. The ஒயிட் போர்டு எங்க மேடம் இருக்கு? ஒயிட் போர்டு வர Madam, this is the formula. Can
Yes.
you
Ah.
n small n equal to n naught by 1 plus n naught by population
Okay.
size. Here population size is we know
Hmm.
n naught is nothing but it has another is where n naught equal to some in terms of p proportionate alpha இது வரும். But having at present here n not equal to here actually this is a formula n equal to n naught by 1 plus n naught divided by population size. Here where n naught equal to this one, t is the level of significance from the normal table. S is also a sample standard deviation. This is also a population proportionate. There is this equal to alpha equal to 0.025 or 0.05 போடலாம். Where it is? ஐயோ.
Hello, Sasikumar sir. Hello, Sasikumar sir, are you there? Hello, Sasikumar sir.
Meeting left, such message came, ma'am.
Yeah, sir. We'll look into it, sir.
Technical issue.
Participants, there's some inconvenience. Please wait for a minute. Sir will rejoin. Participants, please wait for some more minutes. Sir will rejoin.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, sir.
Yeah, ma'am. Is this any practical session in first
Yeah,
session? Yeah, all theoretical parts may be covered in this session.
sir. Can you
In
come
first
again?
session, if any practical session means using
No,
Excels.
sir. The afternoon session is a practical session. So that we have the practical in only in the afternoon session. This is a theory session. Sir.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Sir,
thank you, sir.
sir, sir,
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
continue, sir.
Hello,
sir,
madam.
technical
Yeah,
problem.
sir. Yes, Kumar,
Madam,
sir.
I'm through mobile. I'm coming through mobile. Sir.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, yeah. Uh,
Yeah,
within 15 minutes, within 15 minutes, I can wind up the session.
yeah, sure, sir.
Shall I continue?
Yeah, sir. You can carry on the session, sir.
Just a minute, just a minute.
hello,
No, yes, coming, sir.
madam. My voice is audible.
Yeah, sir. Your voice is audible, sir.
Madam, the previous research general research methodology, can you send it that PPT format, ma'am?
Yeah, actually, there's a YouTube video link, sir. If you're in WhatsApp group, you'll be the link will be available. You can view it whenever you want.
Okay, I'm in what WhatsApp group is there, ma'am.
Yeah, sir. The link is in WhatsApp group, sir. You can make use of it at any time, sir.
Yes, ma'am. I
Sir,
went for that PPT for research. Huh?
sir, sir,
Sir, we'll provide the PPT in the WhatsApp group, sir.
PPT is possible, sir. Actually, all PPTs are very nice.
sir, can you
Thank you,
able to
madam.
see the sir?
Yes,
Pratham,
sir.
sir,
Thank you, madam.
Yeah, sir.
Pratham, sir, can you able to see the slide, sir?
Yes, sir.
The slide sample set determination formula is displaying.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yeah,
Sir?
here n equal to n naught by 1 plus n naught by n. This is the simplest formula for finding the sample size. Here, where n naught equal to t alpha t square, I mean t alpha square by d square, t into
Okay.
here p is proposed 50. Go for
Okay.
P equal to in general we are always taking P equal to 50%, 0.5 or 0.1. T alpha square is 1.96. It is a normal table value. D equal to D is nothing but admissible error. 5% error may be admissible. So based on this information, if you give your population size also, if you know the population size only, you can find the exact sample size. Also, if you suppose I have no idea about population, I have no idea about the formula. Suppose if you are telling like that, you can go for if you hello, can you hear my voice?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
you're audible.
So I'm very difficult with the formula. If you feel like that, you can go for 10% of samples.
10%. Okay.
This unwritten rules.
Hmm.
We can go for 10%, minimum 10%, and
Okay.
also we
Okay.
can
Fine.
go for 5%, 10%. Suppose if your population is very large, you can go for 10%. If it is still, if it is still large, you can reduce 5%, even 1%.
Okay. Okay.
So we can go for if you increase your sample size, it is well and good. You can get a good result. If you go for complete survey, okay, you can get complete result. If you go for no, I'm not able to complete survey, go for complete survey, you can for 50%, then
Okay.
40%. Minimum 10% you have to take.
Okay, sir.
This is
Okay.
for sample size selection. Okay.
Fine, sir.
Next, these are the sampling techniques we already know. Then also this graph, this flow chart is already we seen. So measures of tendency, then measures of dispersion are already explained. We discussed why these four measures are comes under measures of dispersion, range, quarter deviation, and mean deviation. Standard deviation. Among these four, standard deviation is an important and essential because all the data included here in standard deviation only. If you go for range, maximum value minus minimum. If you go for quartile deviation, we are considering quartile value 1/4. Mean deviation this is also a partly considering part. Then standard deviation. If you go for standard deviation, this is considered. We are considering all the data. That's why it is important. Then we can go for this is a sample variance. This is standard deviation 1 by n summation x minus x I minus x by whole square. And coefficient of variation is nothing but relative frequency of this one, relative frequency. So this is a standard deviation and the sample size. If you increase the sample size, n for 10, n for 50, then n for 150, your normal curve may be like in some thickness of the normal curve will be increased. Important concept is why if you put the data in your why it is okay. It is normal if you when if you and give the screener gives some idea and information about your card data. Then statistics also gives the information about plastic also. So there are three different types of statistics. For
Sir, your voice is
I would
breaking. Sir,
explain.
your voice is breaking.
Yeah, I would like to explain the inferential statistics. That's why I'm speed up these two. These okay. So descriptive statistics, we can see descriptive statistics, and in the descriptive statistics, methods of central tendency and methods of dispersion. There are two major areas. Methods of central tendency, we are having mean, median, mode. Methods of dispersion, we are having range, quartile deviation, mean deviation, and standard deviation. The inferential statistics gives information about population based on the samples. Not complete survey, based on the sample survey. Based on the sample, known sample, we can give unknown information about whole population. When a sample is good sample, when if any samples represent completely population, complete information about population, then the sample selection is good. So inferential statistics, there are different types of tests: t-test, f-test, chi-square, ANOVA, and correlation and regression. This all comes under statistical tools in a inferential statistics. Okay, so we can go. I would like to give when we go for t-test, when we go for f-test, when we go for chi-square test, when we go for ANOVA. Then similarly, these are the basic tools for anyone need. People we also the process to the
Hello.
everyone. Hello.
Sir, your voice is breaking. You're not properly audible, sir. But actually, this is the part what we want to know this. Which test should be used for which data? That we want to learn, but your voice is breaking right now.
At present, uh, just a minute.
Hello, sir. Yeah, your voice is breaking, sir.
லேப்டாப்ல
Yeah, okay, okay, sir.
ஒரு நிமிஷம்
Okay, sir. Sure, sir.
Sir, hello.
Hello, sir.
Okay, okay. Coming.
Yeah, okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So before going to before. Yeah. Okay. Before going to test inferential statistics TF chi square ANOVA, and what's the importance of correlation, and what's the correlation coefficient? So if you look at this figure, scatter diagram itself, we can give a whether your data is linear, non-linear, and zigzag, like that. If your values lies between 0 to 0.25, correlation coefficient lies between 0 to -1 to +1. 0 to plus 1 is a positive correlation, minus 0 to minus 1 negative correlation. For the coefficient of correlation is equal to 0, there is no relationship between two variables. Suppose equal to plus or minus 1 is a perfect positive correlation, perfect negative correlation. Similarly, we can go interpret based on your correlation coefficient. This is for example. And if we go for t-test, we can use a t-test. We can use with the comparing. If you want to comparing the means of a continuous variable, comparing the means and before after parity test. Suppose independent two means, that is the t test, like that. Independent sample t test compare if you want to compare the means of continuous variable in two independent samples. Example, two people with diabetes have the same systolic blood pressure as people without diabetics. Then what does speed test tells you if there is a statistically significant difference? Is there any significant difference
Sir,
between the means? Yes.
hello. Sir, can I ask one question, sir?
Ask.
Sir, actually, na, suppose our research is like that. One of the you can say diet is there, okay, and
Okay.
the diabetic patients are there, okay.
Okay.
Before following that particular diet, their HbA1c, that is sugar level, was high, okay, and after means adopting that diet system, after 3 months, if the HbA1c is checked and it is becoming lower, okay,
Okay.
so that I want to show. So which test should be applied here, sir?
Madam, actually, here I am planning to give basic statistics only, and also the test, the complete idea about
Hmm.
test. All the
Okay.
test is plan to give another session. Another, I mean, next.
Okay. Okay. Fine, sir. Fine. No issue, sir. No issue.
Yeah, yeah.
Please carry on, sir. Thank you, sir.
Similarly, we can go for chi-square test. It is especially for categorical data. The t-test, it is for numerical data. If you want to compare with respect to means, only that is t-test. And chi-square test, if you have smoking, yes or no, lung cancer, yes or no, obesity, yes or no, diabetics, yes or no. Categorical, if you want to find the want to know if there is any association between two categorical variables, then it is used. We can use chi-square test. So, what does the chi-square test tell you? If the observed frequencies of occurrence in each group are significantly different from expected frequencies. So, this is our table, two cross two table. And we can, based on the chi-square table, we can interpret your result. This is application of t-distribution to test if the sample mean differs significantly from the hypothetical value mu. Is there any significant difference between mu and population mean? To test the significance of the difference between two sample means, to test the significance of an observed sample correlation coefficient and sample regression coefficient, and also to test the significance of observed partial correlation coefficient, also we can use t-distribution. T-test also, what are the assumptions when we go for t-test? The parent population is a normal, sample observation is independent, and the population standard deviation sigma is unknown. So this is the application of t-test. These are the assumptions, uses, and limitation of chi-square test. Then these are the summaries, and with these few words, I would like to stop my talk, and definitely I will take another session in another program. The madam asked what type of statistical tools are available, in which statistical tools used for in which situations. That is I can present in future. Thank you everyone. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sasikumar, sir, for your wonderful thoughts on this topic. Now I hand over to Sukita for the MC.
Actually, ma'am, if PPTs are available, na, that will be a very great thing for us. Nice PPTs are there.
Yeah, I will give to organizer, sir. I organizer, madam.
Okay, fine.
Both the PowerPoint may be sent to organizer. You can get it from there.
Good afternoon, everyone. It has been such an honor to be a part of this wonderful event on behalf of all students and staff. I, as Suvirta of PB Department, am glad to be here to express my vote of thanks. A special thanks to our Chief Guest, Dr. R. Sasikumar, sir, for accepting our invitation and for being here with us today. Your thoughts and have truly inspired us. Thank you and sincere thanks to all the head of the department, Dr. R. Kapusamy, sir, Principal R. Director Arunachal Rajan, for always supporting and guiding us. I would also like to thank each and every one of you for being here and making this second day of the 3-day of National Virtual Workshop on Research Methodology and Data Analysis a wonderful and successful event. Thank you once again.
Thank you once again, everyone.
Good afternoon, participants. The morning session is over for now. You can leave the meeting and come once again join for the second session. Thank you, participants, for your
At 2 p.m. na, ma'am? At 2 p.m.?
Yeah, ma'am. 2 p.m.
Okay,
you can rejoin.
Fine, ma'am.
Thank you.
And the feedback of this session will be posted later,
we'll
ma'am?
give the feedback at the end of the second session, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
End of the second session, it will be sent in the WhatsApp group, ma'am.
Okay, sure. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Participants can wind up, can leave the meeting.